everybody? We're just gonna wait a few minutes. I'm still setting up. If you're here, say hi so I know who you are, please. I'm just gonna get the eggs out of the incubator real quick. Thank you for who's here. I do appreciate it. Just getting the eggs out. Running on a time crunch tonight. Does anybody else do that at night? Have a little bit of a time crunch and you're like looking at the clock like, oh my gosh, I only got this many hours for this long to do something. I don't know what I'm going to do. How am I going to manage it all? Yeah, that's kind of how it goes here. Give these guys a quick spray while we're doing this. So, like I said, I'm just getting things out, running a little on the lighter side. Gotta put batteries in my flashlight since I know last week it was, it was a little on the not so utterly bright. So, there, that's a little bit better. Wow, that looks weird. So, again, thank you for who's joining us. I see 2 of you guys here. Oh no, did I get the wrong size batteries? Are you kidding me? I may have to step away real quick. I got some AA or triple A's. Oh my gosh, they're triple A's. Who puts triple A's in a flashlight? I thought all the little flashlights were small, like AA batteries. No. We couldn't have AA batteries in here. Instead, we've got to have 4 AAA. Yay, caramba. So, well, hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta go get the right size batteries, or we're not gonna see squat tonight, guys. Just hold on. Well, I guess we're mixing old batteries with new batteries, which, you know, they say that you're not supposed to do, but it takes 4, and I only have 3, so we're just gonna wing it. And you are welcome, Michelle. Is this your first time watching? And just so you know, when I look away, I have my tablet sitting to my right so that I can see, you know, comments and stuff like that a little bit easier when I'm candling. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what the heck? I'm so confused. I know I just pulled one out. It ended up on the floor. Okay. I'll get it together at some point tonight, guys. I promise. Oh, it takes 5 of these suckers. I really need to start investing in like rechargeable batteries. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 6. Double. Which was up? I think it's this end. You set your first tray in my new GQF. What is it? A cabinet incubator or a tabletop? Oh, excuse me if I had to read further. I'm nervous about the trays. Looks like my eggs will fall out. New to this year. I watched last hatching season. Well, thank you for coming back. I know I was leery on the trays at first too, but what I actually did, and let me move this here. I'm going to take this off so it's going to be a little jumpy. So there, I'm going to turn you around. Okay, so as you can see, it does look like some of these are going to fall right out. But what I did is I took and zip tied these together. Okay. And some people don't even use those. They just kind of pack them in tight enough. Like you can see this one here. But it's not going anywhere. Yep, you kind of had to bend them a little bit. Like right here, it'll kind of it's hardware cloth. That's all it is. It'll conform. It's almost like you have to kind of widen it a little bit more. But, that's actually a nice thing that I like about them. Is because you can conform them. Like, I've got, like this egg here is a smaller egg. I've got it in between 2 bigger ones. But if it was somewhere else, then I could take and pinch it together a little bit more. But I've never heard of anybody losing their eggs out of a tray. So try not to worry too much. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get the ball rolling tonight. As soon as I get you put back up here. Okay. So the first batch that we're going to candle has not been candled as of yet. They were set on the 26th. And you know what? Hold on. 7/14. Okay. It feels like I'm off on my dates. I gotta go through and count my dates. Because I've got 3 full trays here, so I set every Sunday. Do I really only have a week left? Yay, caramba. So, for those of you that don't know, I use my basement as my brooder area. And, I gotta turn this down. And during the wintertime, the basement becomes a total complete catch-all. And not only has it been a catch-all this year, but I'm also working on trying to do some moving of stuff around. And you know how they say that you make a bigger mess before you get it better? Yay, caramba. And today was just a day. So, hi Gella, how are you? Does that help you out, Michelle? A little bit? Zip tying them together works really well, I think. And like I said, you can move these. You can make them bigger, smaller, however you want to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on to the candling. These guys were set on the 26th, which means they are just a week. Let's see how bad we did, guys, because this year has not been great for me. But it happens. Each year can be different. Loose air cell. So this is loose air cell. I've been getting quite a bit of them this year. And I'm not sure why. Now this is possible that one of my great niece, nephew, or something like that possibly, help me collect eggs, because they think that's the cool thing. And maybe they jiggled it a little bit or something. So these are out of my buff, over buff pen. And I don't think he's quite figured it out yet. So there's those two. I put it in just because. I missed, Michelle, I missed as soon as they come out of the incubator. I've already misted these guys, so this is obviously done. I moved pens around last week, and nobody is happy, and I think that's kind of affected it this year. Now last year I had really good fertility with my grays and buff, but really not great fertility with my whites. And this year it seems it's going the other way around. But each year can be 100% different. I was just talking to somebody on the phone about that. That from year to year, things can change. Don't expect the same fertility. Don't expect the same outcomes. So that spot right there is just a mucky spot. But, yeah, this is going awesome. I may end up almost having an empty tray. I hope not, but... Okay, somebody needs to talk to the fertility gods here. Is there, like, a spell or something that I can put on my birds? The next two sets. Oh, there's one. That's a good size embryo. A really good size embryo. You can actually see where it's taking form right there. Can you guys see that well? Or do I need to clean my camera, move it, whatever? But you can kind of see where it's a little bit darker to the right side of that. That's actually the formation of it. Right there, I would say, would be the head starting. So that's a really good, that's a good picture. I don't know if I can snap a picture or not. Would anybody be willing to screenshot that for me and send that to me? That would be awesome. I mean, I can go back and do it later. If not, no big deal. But yeah, you can actually see, now you can see the darker spot. That must be the eye starting. There's another one. Not as impressive, but it's still there. It's still there. And that's a white baby. Another white baby. So my white gander, my one, he just turned 2 in December. I'm going to guess that he knows his job, and he's doing his job well. He's doing a really good job this year. So I'm really happy about that. But I'm really, really kind of bummed that so far I'm not seeing anything out of my buff. But he's young. He's young. And she's been on a weird laying cycle. I need to pick some brains on her laying. Because it's kind of weird. She's 6, and like, I've got fresh oyster shells out for them. Free choice. I've got the sunflower seeds. I've got the oats. I've got I throw in a little bit of calf manna as well. Which one is that out of? These are all white in here, guys. That's really good. That's really good. Really good. But anyways, I've got the sunflower seeds. I throw in some calf manna, which if you don't know what calf manna is, it's just really high nutrition stuff. I'm going to switch trays real quick, guys. And it helps with calcium. It helps with all sorts of things. It's really good stuff, but boy, is it expensive. It was $50 for a 50-pound bag of it. But it's like every other egg or every second egg from her is being a soft shell, which I've never, ever had that out of her. And she's not on a regular like schedule for laying. And this girl in the past has usually been like clockwork. You can usually clockwork it. So calf manna. Here. And I only give it during breeding season because it is very high in protein. Very high. There you go, Delva. So here, this one, these guys were sat on the 19th, so they are on day 14. Oh, geez. Okay, day 14. So we should see, that's just my incubator. I've contacted GQF. So we should see some movement in here. Let me know now. Let me know if you guys can see it. Michelle, spell check gets you. My tongue gets me. So these guys are on day 14 for those just jumping on. This year is looking really promising for all my whites. He's doing a really good job. My one pen, my other one, I don't know. He's not quite with the program yet. So, now there were a couple eggs in here that I did question last week. So we're going to see what we got going on here. So that's some veining. And I think I see, sometimes you can only see like the veins slashing around in there, which I do see. You can see it right here. The veins are kind of slashing around. Can you guys see that? Kind of pulsating. Yep, you can see it there now. You should be able to. Sometimes just that little turn. Or is that me doing it? Nope, it's doing it. Okay. So that one's still good. What side did I have these guys on? B. No, Terry, I was just commenting that my buff hen, I'm not sure what's going on with her. She's been a really weird laying cycle. Hi, Judith. Hi, Amy. Guys, Amy, that just jumped on, that's my cousin from Arkansas. She is very lucky to be safe. She actually seen the tornado coming out her back, or when she went past her back door. That hit Arkansas right down by Little Rock there. So, but no, anyways, Terry, I was just talking about my buff hen and how her age is, you know, she's 6. She was a 2017 hatch. It looks like something's waving at me. And sometimes, guys, it just popped in my head. Sometimes I've caught where you can actually see the foot, like up in there. But anyways, my buff hen, like every other egg or every second egg as being a soft shell. And I'm doing exactly the same as what I have before. And it's just, it's concerning for me for her. You know, they got the free choice oyster shells, layer pellets. That one's moving. Calf manna that I've always done. I don't know. It's really, really odd. Really odd. So I think this might have been one of the ones that I was questioning last week. Hi, Diana. This one I'm going to study a little bit more here, guys, to see what I see. I see a black dot up there on the top. And it is moving on its own. So, good deal. Good deal. And I'm going to have to take and combine these two trays. Need to find another tray. This is a bunch of gunk on it. But for this one, we're looking for movement. Huh. It's, I don't know. I don't know if she's lacking something else. I don't know, but it's really kind of concerning to me. Okay, so we good? You see it on the bottom there? We're good. Okay. So I need to combine trays here real quick, guys. I can wait. I can do that. Okay, next tray. The next tray is the oldest. They are actually, tomorrow will be 21 days. So, let me spin this around. I know with all these white ones in here, I'm really excited for show season. I'm going to actually hold back on quite a few, guys. For those of you that do not know, this is the 150th anniversary for the APA. And I'm sure that most have heard of the the Ohio National down in Columbus, Ohio. And it's going to be quite the event. It's going to be a 3-day event instead of a 2-day event. And I'm just so... I'm already trying to plan for that. So, if you want to go to a show and be in total complete awe of what you see, that will be the show to see. Okay. So, sometimes the movement is kind of hard to tell on when they get older because they're taking up more room. You got to essentially just look for the shadows to move. There it is. Right there. I mean, I could just fire up my tabletops. One of my tabletops. Oof. I don't like the looks of that one. Okay. So, this one definitely quit. I'm not even gonna watch it to see or anything. Well, wait, maybe. What the heck? Yeah. That does not look healthy, you guys. I think this one did quit. Give it the good sniff test. Don't smell anything, but that don't mean nothing. Let me see here. Sometimes I will do like this because if it sinks all down to the bottom. But if you see right here, it's like just goop. Yeah. It shouldn't look like that. So, I'm going to toss this egg. Eggs like this will get tossed out into the back 40. Ooh. That one definitely is no good. Definitely no. Ew. And there's a huge difference. See how things are just kind of sloshing around in there? That should not be for a 21-day egg. Yeah, nope. Ick. Those must have been the ones that I was watching. So, this is a little gray. Let's see if we got movement in here. This would have been one of her first eggs. But this is one of the things that people talk about. We kind of touched on this last week as far as, pull eggs and size. If you see how much less room is in this egg compared to the others, I think that's one of the biggest reasons. And I do believe that I do see movement. Hey, baby. There we go. I tapped on it and talked to it, and it started jumping around a little bit. Could you guys see how packed that was in there? Did I already do this one? I think so. Did I already do all 4? Because that's all that would be left. Okay, so here's one to see. I'm going to set these upright for a minute. Okay, so that's day 21. This would be day 14. Day 7. And I don't have my bucket in here of the ones to set. So I'm going to move this real quick. Oh. So that maybe you guys can see this a little bit better. Just a second. Because this is something that you really don't get to see when you're doing your candlings. But we're going to try to see what we can do here to see it. Okay. So I have all 3 of these eggs. Well, we're attempting to have all 3 of these eggs sitting upright. Nope, that's getting on. That gasoline in there going, what in the world is she doing to me? Okay. So, let me brace this. We'll use one of those dead eggs. Okay. So, this is something that you're going to see. So, again, look at the air cell here. Can you see the size of that? Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Okay, so the size of that air cell on day 7, then it's not necessarily that it's larger as far as coming down this way. It's a little bit larger. I'm trying to do this looking through the phone. It's a little bit larger around. But here's another prime example of why I feel that candling on their side is way better. Because if you see here, see how everything's down at the bottom. Can't really see much. But when you flip it over to its side, and give it a minute to get where it should be, you can see a lot more. Okay? So, I wish I had like 3 flashlights sitting here and was an octopus. So then this egg is on day 21. This one is growing substantially larger than day 21. If you see the difference there. And it's also dropped down like that. That's another good indication that you're on track of where you need to be for your humidity loss and stuff. And just take a minute and hold your different set eggs, different time frames in your hand, and you can definitely tell a weight difference. Definitely. I'm gonna do those in a minute anyways. So we were good with this egg. There we go. Nope, I gotta back that back out. Hi, Kevin. Thank you for joining us. There we go. This one was good. I lost track with my rambling, you guys. See how the air cell is coming in an angle instead of just more up at the top like the other ones were? So that's another good indication. Well, there's a lot of movement right there, guys. I think that's a body part. Could be a wing. Could very well be a wing. I'll raise this back up a little bit. Last year I had really cool videos. I was doing really cool videos, and one of the eggs you could actually see like the foot stick up. It was really kind of cool. But I'm thinking right there, I think that might be a wing. Because there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a wing, you guys. Can you guys see that? I mean, it's definitely a bony structure of some sorts. And it's just too cool. You know, after this long, I'm still fascinated by that. Let's see if we moved any. Hello, Amber. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're just getting ready to wrap it up here. Kevin and Amber, with you guys just joining in, do you guys have any questions, or would you like me to review anything else? Looks like it's waving right there. I don't know if you guys can really see that or not, but I hope you can. Okay, I'm going to turn my light on, guys. We're going to stick around and answer some questions if we need to, but I am going to work on putting these guys back in the incubator. I'm using my GQF 1502 Sportsman. I gotta do some condensing on trays for the next batch to go in. But, yeah, does anybody have any questions of any sorts or comments or anything? And my hair might have dried a little bit, guys. It might be a little fluffy. Curly hair problems. Curly hair, curly feathers. It gets out of control. So, all in all, I guess I can't really be too depressed this year over it. Because of, you know, I'm getting my whites, which I really needed to up my white game. But in the same token, I have, a lot of requests for the grays and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I don't know right now, guys. Right now, I'm gonna condense trays. So I can have a tray until I turn on one of my tabletop incubators. What temp am I hatching at? So I'm incubating. Currently, my incubator is saying 99.5. It fluctuates 99.3 to 99.7. It actually depends on the temperature a lot in my room, because I keep them in my bedroom, because that's where I can keep it the most climate controlled. But it's pretty consistent, about 99.5. For the hatching, I keep it the same. Currently it's at 19%, which it's been, even though it's really wet around here this year right now. Oh, I forgot an egg, you guys. But anyways, it gets so hot in my room that I keep my air conditioner going with the incubator, because the furnace and the hot water heater, well, the furnace is on the same wall as my bedroom, and the hot water heater is in my closet. So, and yeah, 99.6 is where it should be. I'm not fretting over 99.5. I don't fret over 99.3, and I don't fret over anything 99 or under. Hold on. I don't fret until it goes below 99.3 or over 99.8. That's when I kind of like, okay, we'll bump it down a notch, and then if need be, we can bump it back up a notch. But it stays pretty consistent, which is good. I have the rear hole open on it. I have one of the holes covered with duct tape, and another one where it's halfway covered with duct tape. So it's still got, you know, the flow through, but if I open the one slightly even more, then it gets too cool and the humidity is less. Do you use multiple thermometers, or you trust the incubator? I trust the incubator. It has not failed me yet. This is going on my 3rd year. Hi, Barb. I need to talk to you later. And I got a couple of questions about Calista. Maybe you can help me out with. I'm kind of concerned. But it hasn't failed me yet, and I bought it off of a friend who... I'm going to put these guys back in real quick, too, guys. But I did forget about an egg. But he never had any problems with temperature or anything like that. So, and I have a new control panel, so I tend to trust what's in front of me. I don't know if that's just me, or you turd. Or if that's like kind of the medical in me as well. Looks like I'm gonna have to call GQ off tomorrow. I emailed them. They said that it sounds like the problem might be in my control panel, but like I was just saying, It's a new control panel from last year, because we had a power surge last year and it fried my control panel. That was awesome. Okay, so I did forget one egg here, guys. We're gonna check on this and see. Tips for lockdown. Well, lockdown can vary. I'm gonna candle this other egg while we talk about lockdown. Lockdown can be quite variable for many people. Oh, excuse me. I had to get into the, we had a hole in the floor, and I went through and fixed it. So, her allergies. So, but, let's see here. What'd you say, Barb? Everyone always says lockdown. I do not do a lockdown. No, it's not necessarily a lockdown, but, let me check this egg. Oh, yep, we lost it. So, real quick, guys, this egg has a loose air cell. Ooh, and it's turning green. Can you guys see that? Yeah, we lost it. And that right there, you guys, is not good. That discoloration, I bet it has a little smell. Nope, no smell yet, but guess what? I am not taking any chances. It's going straight out to the woods tonight. Okay, so lockdown. Lockdown can be very variable for many of reasons. I think one of the biggest things when you're talking about lockdown is, you know, the saying of at day 28, well, actually, it would be day, like, 25, 26, stop turning them. When you stop turning them, you can see where the air cell is kind of like at an angle. I always make sure that the largest side of the air cell is on the upside. The variables for having a successful lockdown and hatch is so many. Elevation, relative humidity, where the incubator's at in your room, or, you know, in your house or on your property. The temperatures outside. There's so many different variables, even right down to what incubator you're using for when you do your hatching. So I'm not quite sure what kind of tip you might be looking for. As Barb said, you know, one of the extraordinary pips. I'm having a really hard time talking today, guys. But as far as for my personal method that I do the same way as what Barb does. I wait to stop and raise any type of humidity until internal pip, and then external pip is when I raise the humidity. And my incubators for lockdown, I have the Genesis 1588, and I can calibrate the humidity, so I can bring it up slowly, which that is my preferred method. I can, you know, bring it up a couple notches at a time rather than just bam, you're all the way up to 75, 80, whatever. And I don't have like this set number for humidity. I base my humidity a lot on what I am seeing. I've had them to where I haven't even gotten them over into the other incubator or my humidity up yet, because I'll usually move them over to the other incubator right about day 26. And so train of thought, my sister just texted me, she's got to give me a ride in the morning. What time do you want me there in the morning? Yeah, but when you see the internal pip, you don't, my theory is you don't really want to do raising humidity until you see the external pip, because then you get a higher likelihood of drowning the goslings from too much humidity. It's when you see the external pip, that's when you want to raise your humidity up. Whether that be putting a bowl of water in there, or a lot of people will take sponges and wet sponges and put in them. Or my mom used to take a bowl, a little dish, like a little dog dish, and what are those sponges called? The brown ones that look like something out of the sea. Not a loafa, but I know somebody's got to know what I'm talking about. The brown ones that have all the little like holes in them and stuff like that. She used to do that with it. But for me, I don't even have to add any water or anything like that, because I can calibrate the humidity to come up slowly as I want it to. I've had babies hatch out at 50%. I've had them hatch at 65%. I've had to take it all the way up to 90% to hatch out. So sometimes that end game can be just a trial by error, and it may even have to be adjusted throughout the year. Throughout each hatch, it might be different. But when you find your method, you will find it and it will work for you. Because as I always keep saying, what works for me may not work for you. It may not even work for my neighbor. My next door neighbor could do the same exact thing that I'm doing, and it still may not work because, say, their house is differently set up, or if they've got it set in a barn, but still they could mimic everything that I'm doing. And they may not have, or you never know, they could have better than me. So, I guess maybe a little bit more specific would be something. I mean, if you want to message me, you can message me and we can try to pinpoint what some of your tips might be that you're looking for. The biggest things is just watch for those internal pips. Watch for those external pips. Don't touch them unless you absolutely have to. And this was our topic last week as well. The topic was brought up as far as assisting. Don't be in a rush to assist, because as it was said, you may assist in their life, but you may also have to assist in ending their life as well. So there's kind of a fine line there. Yeah, but please, no, message me. I'm pretty sure that we've talked before. It's not a big deal. You can message me, and as always, if I don't know, I can probably find somebody that has other suggestions or whatever. And I hope some of that maybe helps you out a little bit too. Just, it's so different for everybody. And from what I'm understanding this year, I've heard a lot of it being dropped, that it's being a weird year. Now, like a friend of mine, she's got American Buffs, and she's got some 80 some odd eggs in the incubator right now. Yes, there's that too, Barb. Barb says you can also, when talking about assisting an egg, or a hatch, you can also cause the yolk sac not to absorb by assisting them, because when they're kicking and screaming to get out of the egg and fighting, that helps with the absorption of that yolk as well. So that's something that I think I might write a little something up and put it either on the website or in newsletter, or put it out there somewhere. But yeah, shoot me a message. We'll see what we can do to help you out. I'm sorry, you guys. My brain is fried. Does anybody have any other questions tonight? Because if not, I'm going to go eat my dinner. And I've got a couple phone calls I've got to make yet tonight. So, we'll be back on next week. Same time, same place. And actually, next week should be going into lockdown, I do believe. Yeah. So we might even see some, what I call as far as like, you know, pushing the membrane and stuff. We might even be able to see some of that, because what I'll do is I'll make sure to have my other incubator set up and ready to go. And when I'm done candling, I'll just... Is it next weekend? Really? Okay, so next week, let's do Saturday instead. I'll change the date, and we'll do Saturday instead, guys. Or we can do Monday. Yeah, we can do Monday. Yeah. It'll be either Saturday or Monday. So anyways, and you're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. If anybody has any other questions, they can reach out to me all over the place. My name's out there. My number's out there. You can text me, email me, call me, voicemail, private message me, whichever you want to do. Yeah, we'll go for the same time. We'll go for the same time. I will decide whether it's Saturday or Monday, but we'll take Easter weekend or Easter day off. So everybody have a good night. I'm gonna go eat my dinner, and we'll see you guys all next week. Have a good day, or good night, and a very good week to you all. Good night, guys.